Kamie, kind of a long weekend for the team after the Portland game last Thursday, which feels like forever ago now. Then LMU on Saturday and at Oregon State on Monday. Kind of a tough game on Saturday at LMU. Couldn't stop Nadia Evans, but there were some good things that came from the game that you saw from the team. What did you see?
Well, I mean, obviously we put some points on the board. I thought we dominated inside. Got away from that a little bit, had some empty possessions in a game where, I don't really think they stopped us. We weren't stopping them either, but, we have to keep taking advantage of what is working for us. And I thought we gave away and went away from some things that really helped, could have, potentially helped us win that game. Great player, great game from Evans. They made big shot after big shot. They made shots that we were okay giving up, just really, really hard twos, which normally you say that's okay. Just got to tip your hat to a great performance by a great player. And, they played really well at home. And we got to continue to work on our ball defense, on ball defense. And we've had some guards really go off on us at times. And so, got a lot that we can work from that game and learn from. But was pleased with a lot of our shot selection and a lot of the action that we did on the offensive end.
Certainly. And turned things around on Monday, came out firing at Oregon State. Oregon State did kind of start to come back into it in the end, but hunkered down and got the win. What was maybe different from the first half of that game and the second half, and what did you see in Corvallis?
Well, just loved our performance, loved how we played in the first half, loved our shot selection, confidence, just great rhythm, loved how we guarded them and rebounded. There was just a lot to like in that first half. The second half and really the last quarter almost, just lost our rhythm. And I really feel like it's almost always the same thing. It's sometimes we're sluggish in how we enter offense and how we get things going. That's a lot on our point guard. That's a lot on the personnel that we're playing. I think when we are a little bit confused and people are a little bit out of position, we don't do as well. We don't have the reactions of ball movement and player movement as well as we do at other times. Jenna being off the court some with her foul trouble, she usually is someone that can really figure those things out. And then when you replace her with Shasha, it's not that Shasha can't do it and she's a great player. It's just that she's not as versatile in her thinking as I'm a 2, 3, 4. I can be any of those spots on the floor, where the older players understand what they can do and how they can help us make the game easier for us. So lot to learn from. I think we got away from we tried to power it through their posts and we really didn't score well one-on-one in the post. We needed to play differently. And it's just things that we can really grow and learn from. And I think because of that, we can be better. But give a lot of credit to Oregon State. They got the momentum. That crowd's amazing. They really made a difference in the game. And I loved our response though as well. I mean, AT had an awesome, a big shot that kind of kept the lead and made some free throws. So there's some good things that happened, and being in those situations is probably really good for us.
A lot of great things in the second quarter. Outscored them 27-9. 27 points in a quarter is the most by the team in a single quarter this season. Is what you saw there kind of what you want to see from the team on a consistent level and think they're capable of playing at?
Well, obviously, but that, it's everybody's different, and you'd love to hold a team like that and score like that. I mean, again, all we can do is execute and live with the shot quality. I think we're talking about shot quality. Everybody's talking about that. If we're getting good shots, make or miss, we kind of have to live with that. In that game, it was like we couldn't miss. We made every shot that we took. Again, in other games, we're taking that exact same shot and we don't make it. And it feels bad and it feels like something's wrong with your offense. But we got to keep just executing and believing and trusting and letting our kids know that they've got the green light when we get good movement and spacing. And it just goes to show you what we can be. And it also goes to show you what we can be when we don't do it right in the second half. So got to keep getting more consistent in a 40-minute game and 4 quarters.
A lot of growth from the freshmen this year. Candace specifically coming off freshman player of the week from the WCC. What have you seen from her as she's been kind of getting more minutes all year, but she seems to really be settling in.
Yeah. Again, she's for the past, I don't know, it's probably been 2 weeks now, just kind of, we just always term it light bulbs come on, and freshmen in particular and young players in particular at different times in their career. They just start understanding what the coaches are always yelling at them about, like the consistency and the intensity and how you practice and getting in extra shots and getting in extra workouts. And sometimes it's about conditioning. Sometimes it's about effort. Sometimes it's just about, you can't come in with low energy. And it takes a while for players to consistently come in with the energy and the intensity needed to improve every single day. And I don't know. I think she got tired of not playing as much. And I think she got the message of, I've got to give more effort and I've got to get in some extra workouts. And ever since she's done that, good things have happened for her on the court. Again, she's running the floor great. She's posting up great. She's explosive in her post moves. She's getting some rebounds, all the things that she's capable of and more, and the exciting thing for us is, wow, she's a freshman and she's going to get so much better over the next, 3.5 years.
Yeah. Quick turnaround, back at it tomorrow, hosting Pacific. Seeing them for the second time now, how do you kind of attack that team?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, talk about a season ago we saw them. So, late December it was when we played. And so going back and watching our game, you just see how different we are and how much I think we're better. And I think looking at them and how different they play and how much different they are a little bit. So everybody's at a different level. You can kind of go back and look at things, but gosh, it's such two drastically, different teams. So, but they're still the same in the sense that they've got 2 great guards, just absolutely phenomenal guards that can light it up, from 3 and attack the rim. Again, problems for us in guarding that. So we've got some issues there. Elliott's coming back, I think, has been missed a few games, and she's coming back or has come back into the lineup. And she was a force against us in the first game. And obviously just a, high motor, impactful player, hard to guard, hard to stop, resilient player. So we've got, they're kind of a 3-headed monster. And then they've got these great role players that just know how to attack the glass, how to attack the rim, how to space the floor. So real big challenge for us. They're so good at pressuring the ball. They're so good in the open court. They're so good in transition offense. All those areas we've got to shore up and be really, really solid if we want to have any chance to win the game.
Being in a new conference, obviously seeing new teams this year, now starting to see teams for a second time. Does that have any impact on you guys? Do you like seeing teams for a second time? Does that change things at all?
I do feel like, anytime you get to see someone a second time, for us, it's a little bit of an advantage that we just know them a little bit better. We know, you have a little bit clearer understanding of how to scout and how to play the personnel. Same for them. It works both ways. Both teams are getting more comfortable with how to guard. But, so much, it all comes down to, knowing personnel, how are you going to guard, and then, getting used to and ready for the kind of pressure or the defense you're going to see. So at this time of year, you've probably seen it all. You've seen great guards, you've seen great posts, you've seen, pressing teams, you've seen zone teams. So there's not much more, that you need to be ready for. I think it just comes down to really, the personnel and who can contain the top players. And again, that's why I think, I like our team in the sense that, any given night, we might have 4 or 5 or 6 different players that could be in double figures. And for us to be successful long term, we've got to continue to have that.
Yeah, thanks, Coach. We got Coach's show tonight at Zeppo's and then a couple home games.
All right, go Cougs.